Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Riverbound Only Iron Man. Now, before we continue with this shit game called Gnomeball, I think it's a good idea to look at some of the early game goals that will unlock a few things and will allow us to gain our powers back and once again rule over Gillinor. So let's take a look at the first goals. Now, first off, we have 15 and 21 agility. 15 agility combined with 15 strength and 48 fishing unlocks barbarian fishing at the OsRs grotto, which allows me to train agility quicker than Gnomeball, never going back there again once that's done. And once we start doing barbarian fishing, the goal is to get 21 agility, so we unlock the shortcuts in the Grand Exchange, so that we can travel to Keldogrim for the first time and then use the Blast Furnace minigame teleport once we've got there. Once we get to Keldogrim, depending on how fast the XP is at the crafting stall for thieving, we're gonna grind out 46 thieving, so we can gain access to the Chaos Druid Tower just north of Ardung. And those Chaos Druids will drop runes for me, which will be, as far as I know, my only source for runes to train magic, so it's gonna be quite a grind there to train combat at those guys. But once we got some runes, once we got some lawns as well to teleport around, our next goal is going to be 31 smithing and 60 woodcutting. Now at 31 smithing we can make a steel axe, which will be the best axe I will be able to use for a while. And then we're gonna grind out 60 woodcutting at Zaya, so we can gain access to the woodcutting guild, buy a saw, and start training construction. And once we can start training construction, we will work towards some other goals. So that will be for later on. So these are the goals that we're gonna work on now, and I hope to get them done as soon as possible. So yeah, this shit game called Gnomeball. Holy shit, what the fuck is this even? You miss so many shots. Even if you stand one tile in front of the goal, you're still gonna miss like 90% of your shots at level 1 range and level 1 agility. So yeah, it's mostly the range that was bothering me. So instead of just wasting my time there doing unnecessary stuff, I decided to go train my range a bit up before going back. Not my agility, just my range, because there's no way for me to train agility. So what I did is I went to the Stronghold of Security and camped some Minotaurs for a bit, because they have a common drop for iron arrows, and I really needed that. And with 20 ranged out of the way, it was time to make my way back to the Gnomeball field.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
Alright little punks, it's time to meet your maker.
We can dance if we want to, we can leave your friends behind. Cause your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well they're no friends of mine. See, we can go where we want to,
Yeah, so once I've got my range up to level 20, I went back to the Gnomeball course, and then it was finally time for the level I have been waiting for a very long time. Level 21, level 15 agility. This took me around, I think, 8 or 9 hours, maybe, something like that. So with 15 agility out of the way, that meant that we could finally do barbarian fishing, once we got 48 fishing. So it was time to trade some fishing, for which of course I needed feathers. In the meantime I also got 15 strength out of the way, which is also a requirement for barbarian fishing. And then after plenty of half hours, minutes, didn't take that long, I got 48 fishing, and it was time to get to the barbarian outpost to OsRs grotto, learn how to do barbarian fishing, and get my agility level up to 21. Now, barbarian fishing is, as most of you of course know, really fast. I'm not gonna bother 2 or 3 ticking or whatever the hell it is they do these days. that's just too click intensive. I'm just gonna AFK once I get to train a little bit more, and once I've got plenty of feathers. But yeah, got 21 agility out of the way with barbarian fishing, and with that was the shortcut to the Grand Exchange unlocked, which meant that we could access the trapdoor to Kaldegrim. Now, as it turns out, I didn't notice, you have to visit Kaldegrim once at least before using this trapdoor, which I think is... Well, it is not really strange, because you need to start the quest to Giant Dwarf to get into Kaldegrim. So it was one unexpected exception I had to take. I walked my way to Kaldegrim as fast as possible and started the Giant Dwarf quest, which I can't finish because I have to do prerequisites that I can't do. And so the goal in Kaldegrim was actually to train thieving at the crafting stall, but it turns out that the respawn rate for the crafting stall is really low, and you get caught quite often. So I just decided to go back to Lumbridge and pickpocket regular farmers all the way to 46. Now, in case you don't know, and I think I explained it in the intro, 46 thieving unlocks the Chaos Druid Dower? What the hell? The Chaos Druid Tower has a picklock door to gain entrance, and these guys will be a large part of my combat training, because they drop, first of all, a lot of herbs, and they also have quite common drops for air and mind runes. And once we get a fire battle staff from fire giants in the waterfall dungeon and the quest I completed before starting combat, once we get a fire battle staff and got enough air and mind runes, we can start training some magic and get that out of the way as well. Now, before grinding the combats at the Chaos Druids, I decided to upgrade a bit, went to Kaldegrim, bought myself a Black and Eddy chain body, an Eddy med helm, and an adamant sword. And this shop also sells rune longswords, which is really good to know, and maple short bows. I think that will be my best bow in a while, once I can reach it. Decided to get another exception out of the way as well, the Druidic Ritual quest, because we're gonna get a lot of herbs from the Chaos Druid, and might as well immediately do this quest to start cleaning the Guams, the Marantils, the Theramins, and so on and so forth. So, finally ready to start camping the Chaos Druids. Main goal is to get runes here, to train up to 40 magic for the home teleport. The house teleport, I mean. And yeah, that is going to be it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna train combat a bit here. And once that's done, I'm gonna get all the way to 60 woodcutting, gain access to the Woodcutting Guild, and unlock construction. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in episode number 3, which will hopefully be in 1 week, or yeah, it's gonna be 1 week probably. Thanks for watching, bye bye.